What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here. Welcome to our daily show where we discuss the fourth stimulus package update, stimulus check update, daily news, and everything you need to know about on a daily basis. If you're new to our YouTube channel, make sure to click the subscribe button down below. It's completely free to do so you don't miss out on new videos that come out here every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And don't forget to hit the like button for us down below. You guys are amazing. First, let's start off with what President Biden said yesterday. You're not going to believe it. I'll start off by showing you his his quote here. He called a Fox News reporter a stupid son of a B. Yeah, B blank 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 blank. Yeah. So yeah, he called a Fox News reporter on a hot mic, which is a microphone that was still recording that he didn't know was recording. A stupid son of a blank. So yeah, here is the recording. Check this out.
I didn't realize how restrictive some of this was. But you're going to make a difference in ordinary people's lives. Ordinary people's lives are going to make a difference. So anyway, Brian, the floor is yours.
We're going to give the president to exit in the question.
Mr. President, could you give us a brief update on your call with European leaders on what's happening in Ukraine today?
The only reason I don't like doing this is you never report on why I've called a meeting. And this is really important. I had a very, very, very good meeting, total unanimity with all the European leaders. We'll talk about it later. Thank you.
Thank you.
Will you send troops to Ukraine, sir?
Why are you sending 8,500 troops to Ukraine, possibly?
Thank you, guys.
Will you take questions on inflation then?
Let's move. Thank you. Thank you
Do you
all.
think inflation is a political liability?
That's a great asset. More inflation. What a stupid son of a bitch.
Yeah, so a little slip of the tongue there from President Biden. Let me know your thoughts. Do you think this is a big deal? Do you think, say, former President Donald Trump, do you think he would have said something like that? Yeah, so let me know your thoughts on this. Do you think this is a big deal? Do you think this is not a big deal? Let me know your thoughts. Yeah. Also, President Biden did call that reporter afterwards and have a talk with him personally. He called him on his own cell phone and kind of go over it with him and said no hard feelings. It's nothing personal. So he did kind of give him a call afterwards. Hey, no hard feelings, I guess. Meanwhile, the stock market has been absolutely crazy. The Fed is going to be making a major, or having a major meeting today here, and potentially be rising interest rates. Yesterday, the stock market was down 1,000 points intraday, and it actually ended up 100 points at the end of the day. So it was down intraday 1,000 points in the middle of the day and actually ended up 100 points. Yeah. Yeah, you could see here yesterday on Monday, it actually had a low of like 33,200, the Dow Jones index. And right before close, ended up at around 34,375. 1,000 point swing throughout the day. It actually ended up positive, almost 100 points. And it's down again today. The Dow Jones Index down another 318 points. It was actually down significantly more today. It's around 34,000 right now. But it was down another 300 points even more today. So a lot of big things going on here today as there's a big Fed meeting going to happen today as the Fed is deciding whether to raise interest rates here today for the first time in 2022. This will affect everybody who has interest rates on things like credit cards, variable interest rates. Well, remember, your interest rates and your credit cards can be raised at any given time. Car loans, those are fixed, but, going forward, if you go to get a new car loan or if you go to refinance your mortgage or anything like that, the Fed is looking to raise interest rates. Now, the reason they're doing this is to curb inflation. This is one of the ways that they curb inflation and help bring down inflation. Believe it or not, this is one of the jobs of the Fed. So the Fed is not really controlled by the government per se. It's not really controlled by the Biden administration per se. It wasn't really controlled by the Trump administration per se. They kind of act independently, but the Fed is expected to raise interest rates at least 3 times this year. Okay, but small interest rates raises per time, probably like a quarter of a percentage each time, probably. So I will keep up to date on that because this will affect people. But if you have money in savings, it will um, pay you more money in your savings account. But again, not much more. These are small interest rate raises, but it will start to add up, um, whether it's in savings or whether you're paying more money on an interest. Also, in crypto, Bitcoin has made a little bit of a comeback. You can see here, but Bitcoin has been down significantly. This is the 1 month chart here. And Bitcoin a month ago was at 51,000 and is down all the way down to 37,000. So Bitcoin is down by about 50%, cryptocurrency. And it was down to 33,000 here just about a day ago. It's come up a little bit to 37,000. Cryptocurrency has taken a complete bath in the market right now. And yeah, everything is on sale right now. Cryptocurrency, stocks. Again, if you're a long-term investor, it's probably a good time to buy um, whatever you're looking to buy and hold as an investor. Remember, in my opinion, investing is not something that is a day-to-day operation. It's something that you make money in over time. Remember, about 50% of people right now have money in the stock markets or more through 401ks, through pensions, or just through your money being invested. So keep that in mind. It's a lot of people nowadays. Meanwhile, some people, as you can see here, can claim up to $22,500 in stimulus payments from today as tax filing season starts. Okay, so there's a lot of different stimulus provisions that you can claim in your taxes. Okay, remember that the third stimulus check package that was filed or passed in 2021 has several different stimulus provisions in there and things that they've passed that have increased a lot of different things that if you don't know about them, you might miss out on them. You might not get that money. I want to go over this because you could claim up to, as this article says here, from the Sun, $22,500. Now, not everybody's going to get this much, but even if you know about one thing in this article, it could mean $1,000 or $500, $2,000, however much money, right? And that's part of my goal on this channel is to get everybody as much money that is owed to them or save money for people. Basically make people as much money as possible, right? So you can see here that you can start claiming up to $22,500 in stimulus payments starting as of yesterday. So you can now start filing your tax returns. And the U.S. Treasury Department is warning that more refund delays are going to happen in 2022. So may the force be with you guys. My thoughts and prayers go out to everybody waiting for refunds this year because it's going to be an interesting one, right? And well, this is because of the ongoing pandemic and underfunded IRS. The IRS cannot really hire more people because they're limited by how many people they can hire. Remember, they wanted to hire 80,000 more people in the Build Back Better package, but that has not been passed. So I've seen some comments from some people saying, why don't they just hire more people? They're actually limited by I want to say law, but they can't just hire. They're limited by about how many people they can hire. So that's why they wanted to pass a new law saying they could hire 80,000 more people in the Build Back Better package, but that has not been passed. Okay. Also, make sure to look out for key documents. The IRS is going to be mailing out certain documents, especially if you got the child tax credits, W-2 forms. 2 letters about stimulus and child tax credit payments are going out right now. If you get any of those letters, do not throw them away. You'll probably need them for your taxes. Okay, they're probably coming this month. Okay. As you can see here, big new policies signed into law means some Americans could be getting a larger tax refund this year. We unveil the maximum that you might be able to claim on your tax return this year. Starting with a general tax refund of $2,775. Assuming you overpay taxes in 2021, you'll get some sort of refund in 2022. Remember that most people get a refund every year, as you'll see here. How much you get back on your return will depend on a few factors, including your income and deductions. Remember, it's different for everybody. In 2021, Americans received on average $2,775 in tax refunds, a 11% increase from the previous year, according to the IRS. I wonder if that includes stimulus checks, because remember the stimulus checks are actually considered a tax refund. I don't know, but I wonder if it includes that. Also, wages went up in 2021, meaning Americans can be in line for a larger refund this year. Starting with number 1, the child tax credits. We know that those are $3,000 to $3,600. Those were passed in the 3rd stimulus check package. Those have now expired, and we're hoping that they will pass those again for about 60 million children. To qualify for the full payments, couples need to make under $150,000. Single parents who are head of households need to make less than $112,500. And if you're a single parent non-head of household, $75,000. While the expanded child tax credit expired, tens of millions of families received up to $300 per month for the second half of the year, giving them $1,500 to $1,800 per month. As a result, families who received all those payments will be able to claim the remaining $1,500 to $1,800 on your tax return. And if you opted out of those payments, or if you didn't receive your payments at all, you're due all the money. Okay, if you didn't receive the payments at all, or if you had a newborn baby in 2021, you're due the full amount, $3,000 to $3,600. You just need to claim it on your tax return. You have to claim it on your tax return. If you don't claim it on your tax return, you're not going to get it. You got to make sure you do that. Okay, talk to a tax professional if you don't know how to do it. Okay, it's very, very important. It's worth paying the $100 or whatever you need to do, right? You may not have received the monthly child tax credit payment if you were a non-filer who failed to sign in or mistakenly opted out over fears you could owe the IRS money or failed an income change. So if that's the case, file a tax return. Okay, file a tax return. Also, if you're a non-filer, you don't normally file a tax return, and you get the child tax credits, or you have a child and you're owed the child tax credits, you need to file a tax return. Okay, if you have a child or dependent and you're getting the child tax credits, or you're owed the child tax credits, or you had a new baby in 2021, you need to file a tax return. Okay, even if it's a simple tax return, you can just go on the IRS or go on Google and click file a simple tax return. You could do it yourself if you think you can do it yourself, or you can go to a tax preparer and H&R Block or something like that and pay them $100 if you're not comfortable doing it yourself, or you can go to TurboTax online or something like that. But if you're owed the child tax credits, you need to do this because you're going to get at least $1,500 to $1,800 for the second half. If you're not a tax filer, you need to file to get that second half of the money. They're not just going to give it to you automatically. Okay. Also, I want to share this with you real quick before I forget. There is a new government website that they just launched. It's childtaxcredit.gov. It's .gov, not .com. Childtaxcredit.gov. Okay. If you want to go there and check your, file your taxes, I don't think you can file taxes here, but if you need to check on anything possibly here that might give you some information, this website might be able to give it to you. Childtaxcredit.gov is the website. You can just type that right into a browser. Okay, next up, the child care and dependent credit. This is different. This is for child care expenses up to $8,000. I'm not going to cover this right here because I just covered this in a recent video. You can get up to $8,000 refunded you back in a check. This is a stimulus provision passed from the third stimulus check package. I'll link you to a video I just did on this yesterday. You can get up to $8,000 back on this, okay? Stimulus check up to $1,400. Millions of Americans are still owed up to $1,400 stimulus payments under the American Rescue Act. Okay. This includes for a couple of reasons. Number one, if your family had a child in 2021, if you have a newborn baby, they are owed a stimulus check. You have to claim it on your tax return on line 30. If you're living abroad and you didn't receive it, file a tax return, claim it on line 30. Thousands of Americans living overseas have received stimulus checks during the pandemic. Okay, if you didn't receive it, yeah. According to the Department of State, roughly 9 million U.S. citizens live outside the country, but if you didn't receive it, yeah, etc. So anybody that didn't receive their third stimulus check, claim it on line 30, 2021 tax return. Same thing with any children or any dependents that didn't receive their stimulus check. Line 30, you put the month that's owed to you. Same thing for 2020. For stimulus check 1 and stimulus check 2, you also can go back and file an amended tax return if you already filed those taxes. And you now just realize that you can do this. Don't worry, I'm here to help you. If you realize that you already filed those tax returns, but you're owed stimulus check 1, stimulus check 2, or any of your dependents are owed a stimulus check 2, you can go back and file an amended tax return and claim that money. If you didn't file a 2020 tax return because you're a non-filer or whatever, you can go and file a 2020 tax return and claim that stimulus check as well. If you didn't get stimulus check 1 or stimulus check 2, those were underneath Trump, and stimulus check 3 is underneath Biden. Not that that matters, but some people always want to know that. Some people say, Biden never passes the stimulus check. Stimulus check 3 is under Biden. Stimulus check 1 and 2 are underneath Trump. Some people forget that. I always remind people of that. So kind of, if we're keeping score, if we're keeping tally, I don't know if that matters to people, but hopefully there it is. Okay, next up, the earned income tax credit, also known as the adult tax credit. Okay, we're hoping to expand this in the future and make monthly checks out of this for people as well, kind of how they did for the child tax credits. But you can get up to $6,728 with the earned income tax credit. I also have a link down below in the description of this video with more details on this on a video I did a while ago explaining more of this if you want to watch that video to get more information about this. The earned income tax credit, also known as the adult tax credit, again, we're hoping they expand this and make this into monthly checks here in an upcoming stimulus package. The earned income tax credit is available. They passed it in the third stimulus check package. We're hoping they pass it again here for this next upcoming year, and for low and moderate income families. If you do not have children, the maximum credit has been expanded to $1,502 for 2021 tax year, up from $543. So you can get a $1,502 kind of a tax refund, however you want to say it here, stimulus provision, because it was passed from the third stimulus check package for the earned income tax credit. You don't need children to qualify, but the more you have, the larger your refund will be. For example, those with 1 or 2 children can claim maximum of $36.18 up to $59.80. Those with 3 or more children can claim up to $6,728. Low-income working Americans with no children must make no more than $21,430 or $27,380 if married filing jointly. For 2 children, single filers can make up to $47,915 or $53,865 for married couples. There are 3 scenarios where you might get a 4th stimulus payment in 2022. See what states and cities are offering these. These are going to be for different states, cities, and counties going forward. I will keep you up to date on these. And of course, we hope that Congress passes a 4th stimulus check for everybody, and I'll keep you up to date on that as well. There's going to be a lot of people getting larger tax refunds this year because of stimulus provisions that were passed in the 3rd stimulus check package. And of course, a next stimulus package could provide larger tax refunds for people this year. Remember that a lot of these things are stimulus provisions. So whether you consider them stimulus checks or whatever, but they are passed from the stimulus package. So they are stimulus provisions. They have the child tax credits. They have the adult tax credits, the earned income tax credits. They have the child care tax credits. There's a lot of different, they have the savers tax credit that I went over before. I'm going to have a lot of these different things I'm going to be covering here in the next few days because it's tax seasons. So I'll keep you up to date here, but a lot of these different things are stimulus provisions. Without that stimulus package, the 3rd stimulus check package, these things wouldn't be there. So these are kind of stimulus checks or stimulus provisions, whatever you want to call them. Without that stimulus package, this money wouldn't be there. It literally just wouldn't be there. So I'll keep you up to date here with everything. New videos come out here every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure to click the subscribe button down below so you don't miss out on new videos. It's completely free to do so. You can click here to see how to get $4,000 to $8,000 back with child care stimulus money. You can click here to see how to get $5,000 back on your stimulus return. And you can click this bottom video on how to get money back for the adult tax credits on a previous video I did. So click on one of those videos next. Thanks, guys, and I will see you in the next video.